Hey gang, what's going on? It's your boy Mr. Fingers, the Mad Karaoke DJ. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Hey gang, what's going on? It's Mr. Fingers, the Mad Karaoke DJ. Appreciate y'all joining me today. Here's what's going on. For those of you that have been making your way from bar to bar to bar over the course of the last few weeks, I think it's been about 12 or 13 weeks. It's come down to this is finals week, actually. I think finals week is wrapping up tomorrow night. So in a second. There we go. Just making sure everybody knows that we're on. This is finals week, so we're finishing up the qualifiers. For those of you that are unfamiliar, if you happen to be friends of mine from here in Oklahoma, the Fairfax County government has hosts a festival every year, the county fair, and it takes place the second weekend in June, and part of the festivities include a karaoke competition, which is run by Associated Consultants Incorporated, entertainment company based out of Fairfax that I work for, actually still work for, even here in Oklahoma City, although I'm not doing any work here. But I'll be making my way back to Virginia this year for my 9th hosting of the Celebrate Fairfax Karaoke Championships. There are qualifiers held at all of our karaoke venues all over D.C., Maryland, Virginia. I don't know if we have any in West Virginia. And the winner from each weekly competition, the winner from each location at the end of, I think, the 12 or 13 weeks it is, the winner from each location advances to the semifinals at the fair. The second place winners at each location are wild cards, and so many of the wild cards go on to join the semifinalists on Saturday. They compete for a shot at potentially winning a $1,500 grand prize. There's also $750 for second place and $250 for third place. So that was question number one out of the gate. How are the prizes? I'm pretty sure you guys have already figured that out just from visiting the website. But $1,500 for first, $750 for second, $250 for third. Hi George, how are you? I'll get to that in just a second. $250 for third, and then also fourth, fifth, and sixth place will win monies. Also, that is based on what place you finished it. There are 3 rounds in the semis. There are 3 rounds in the semis, and the monies that are won by fourth, fifth, and sixth place are determined by if you finish first or second. Hi, Karen. That's my lovely wife there. Whether you finish first or second in your semifinal round. So if you finish first place in your semifinal round, but wound up finishing 4, 5 in position 4, 5, and 6, you get $100. If you finish first place in your round, but you wind up placing 4, 5, and 6 in the finals, you get $100. If you wind up second place in your round and wind up in the 4, 5, or 6 slot, you get $50. That is how that works. Additionally, anybody that wins any of the top 3 prizes must sit out the next 2 years worth of competition. So anybody who wins this year cannot compete again until the fair in 2022. Now, to answer your question, George, as far as restrictions on songs, yes, the song list I'm still working on. It'll be done. It'll be done this weekend, hopefully out by the first part of the week, and posted on the Associated Consultants website. The only songs that you can perform at the fair is what will be posted on the song list on our website. This is a family-friendly event. No Tenacious D, none of that stuff. And we go through that list pretty good. We go through that list very good to make sure that we like being able to do the festival every year. So we err on the side of caution. Some songs might seem harmless, but we err on the side of caution. The guiding rule of thumb that we were given was that If it can be played on mainstream radio by the FCC, then we can use it at the fair. But then there's also from state to state, because some states censor songs, censor out certain songs, and some states don't. And even in the same city, this one radio station will play a damn and the other one won't. So we pretty much go through that pretty good. So it depends on what song you're talking about doing. You know where to find me, George. You can message me directly, Anthony. I'm sorry. Anthony. Just send it to Anthony at associatedconsultants.net. I can't remember the password for that email account, but it gets forwarded to my personal email, so I will get it if you have a question. And then just identify yourself. Hey, I'm George. Would this song be acceptable? So if you have any questions, be sure to reach out and email me. Any of you that are here, I know there's at least 2 people here. Anybody else that's here, please identify yourself. Make yourself be known. So I know you're in here. If you got any questions, I'll be on for a while. If you're watching the replay of this, if you missed the live cast, if you're watching the replay, if you're watching this will also be rebroadcast. This will stay on Facebook. It will also be, I will be taking this video and posting it on my YouTube page and reposting it to the Mr. Fingers Music and Entertainment page. For those of you, George, I understand, I think you came in second place, if that's correct, which would make you a wild card contestant, which means you need to be there Friday night for Friday night's festivities. I know that we normally open up Friday night, I believe, with the trivia competition, followed immediately by the wild card round. I normally ask people to be there. The gates open at 6, and I think we had it at like 7:30. I think we were doing it. Yeah, believe it's 7:30 this year. I'll have to confirm that with Celebrate Fairfax, and I will be giving you a call following this. Once I get all the information, I'll be giving you a call and an email with all the times and everything locked down, because that is Friday. I still have to lock down with Celebrate Fairfax as to what we're going to do. I know there will be a trivia competition. I know there will be wild card karaoke and open karaoke after that for the remainder of the evening. It's just a matter of what time they want to do that, the trivia competition. And the trivia competition normally takes my wife Karen is in here with me, babe. That trivia competition normally runs about just over an hour, I think. Just over an hour. So if the fair opens at 6 and they probably start the trivia competition at 6:30, then we will more than likely be doing signups at, I think I wanted all the contestants there at 6:45. We're going to go with 6:45 for right now, George. When I call you, I'll have a more final answer. But for right now, be there Friday night, June the 7th at 6:45. Fair opens at 6. Trivia competition. Just want to make sure everybody's there and accounted for, signed up for all their songs. If you are a finalist, okay? If you are a finalist, semi-finalist. If you won first place at your venue and you are a semi-finalist for Saturday, I know that there will be a donut eating competition on Saturday. The competition is supposed to start at 5, so I'm asking everyone to be there at I want everybody there, I think, at 4. I know it'll be right during the donut eating competition. We'll be probably wrapping that up. Actually, the donut eating competition doesn't even take that long. So I'm asking everybody to be there at 4. The reason I'm asking everyone to be there at 4 is because it takes a good long while. Traffic is heavy. Friday night traffic is not quite as heavy because people get off work. They got to make their way home. They got to gather up their families and make their way back to the fair. Saturday, most folks are off Saturday. That's the most foot traffic at the fair. That's the busiest day of the weekend. It takes a while to get in that gate that you have to come in to find yourself a spot to park and make your way over to the food court. As I'm asking people to be there and this means at stage side. This doesn't mean pulling in the gate. This means be at stage side at 4 o'clock, because I need to get everybody's name. I need to get all of them signed up, and my wife will be there with me. We need to get everybody checked in and signed up, and then we need to determine what round everyone will be participating in. How that is determined is very easy, very simple. Once we have everybody accounted for, we're going to take all the names. We're going to put them in a bucket. We'll draw the names out of a bucket at random, and we do it in divisions of 3, which is also why we don't know how many wildcard contestants are advancing. Not being in Virginia, this will be my first year not being in Virginia, so I'm kind of coordinating the fair from afar. Once we find out, like say there's 29 people in the say there's 29 total contestants from all the different venues, we try and do a multiple of 3. So that means we would take at least 4, because we're not just going to take one wild card contestant. We take at least 4 wild card contestants for. We'll figure it out, babe. Like I said, yeah, I know it's only an hour. We'll figure that out. Like I said earlier, I'll have a more definitive answer once I talk to Celebrate Fairfax and find out about the donut eating competition and the trivia competition. So, but getting back to what I was saying, if there were 29 contestants altogether, semifinalists altogether from all the venues, we take 4 more to round out the field at 33 people. I draw names out. The first 11 are in the first round. The second 11 are in the second round. The last bunch is in the third round. Once we have determined what rounds you're in, if you're in the second or third round, you don't have to stick around. You can go enjoy the fair, go get some food, go check out some of the vendors and buy some stuff, or go play the games of chance, which is let's see, the main stage and the main acts are off to closer to the government center building. The games of chance are on the other side of the food court. They've got the games of chance. They got a few rides. They got a few things over there, a little fun stuff to do with your family. You can go do any of that stuff. I'm asking that everybody be back 15 minutes prior to the next round. So if you're in the second round starts at 6. I want you back at 5:45. If you're in the third round starts at 7. I want you back at 6:45 so I can account for everybody. If you are not there for initial sign up, once I start pulling those names out of that bucket, don't come running up to me. You're disqualified. If you go off and you're in the second and the third round and you don't make it back until after I've gotten everybody accounted for and I'm calling people up on the stage, do not come running up to me. You're disqualified. If you are in the area and it is your round that you are in and you leave and go to the restroom or whatever, this is how this is going to work. We're on a time schedule. We're on a time schedule. We try and keep it tight because they want us out of the fair. Fair closes at midnight, but the sheriff's department brings those guys in the jumpsuits, and you know what jumpsuits I'm talking about. They bring those guys in around 11:30 to start cleanup. They start pushing people out to get them out of the fair towards the gates so people can be out. And it takes time. Once the winners are announced, they have to cut checks. You have tax forms to fill out if you win over a certain amount of money. And we want to finish that up as early as we possibly can. That's why we keep it on a time schedule. So if it is your round, let's say it's your round and the names in the round are drawn at random. I'll pick out the first name at random. I'll have that contestant pull the next name out of the bucket and so on and so forth until that round is complete. If you fritter off somewhere during your round, because it hadn't been your turn yet, and you fritter off somewhere, I'm going to call your name. If I don't see you, I'm going to call you again. John Smith going once. John Smith going twice. John Smith going 3 times. Going, gone. If I get the gone, don't come running up to me. You're disqualified because we have a schedule that we have to keep. And they've given us the go-ahead to do that just because we've had people hold the fair up. They're calling from the gate. It's supposed to start at 5. We were supposed to start at 5. Now it's 5:30 because we're waiting for somebody to find a place to park. Be on time. That's all I'm telling you. If you're watching this right now, live on Facebook, the replay on Facebook, the replay on YouTube, you have been forewarned. If you are not where you're supposed to be at the time you're supposed to be there, you will be disqualified. There's no ifs, no ands, no buts. And that's for everybody. There's a young lady that wound up winning the competition. I think she came in, she wound up winning the competition and then coming back after sitting out and coming in second place last year. The year before she won the competition, she was disqualified because she showed up in the middle of the second round. Sing her face off all day long. She was, and it hurt me to have to do it because she was a phenomenal singer and, a great performer and all of that good stuff, but she was DQ'd. No cut cards. That is a no cut card. Um, let's see. What are some of the other things that we deal with? There used to be a wheel of karaoke. That is no more. If you saw something on the Associated Consultants page about the wheel of karaoke, the wheel of karaoke is no more. We just hadn't put up the rules for this year yet. Actually, those were last year's rules, and they hadn't been changed from last year. At any rate, you will sing one song. Wild card people, wild card contestants, you will sing one song. That's it. That Friday night. The judges will tabulate the scores. And that number that I used earlier of 4, that was just me spitballing. I don't know the total numbers yet. I don't know what the total numbers are yet that we're going to have of contestants. There may be 3, there may be 5. I don't know. We try and keep it somewhere between 30 and 33 because that's as much as we can handle and get through in a timely fashion. Anything over that is way too much. But you will sing one song. Judges will tabulate their scores depending on what number of wildcard winners we have. That is what those people will advance to the Saturday semifinals. And again, like I said, I'll have a more definitive time on what time I want you there. I think the donut eating competition is going to start at 3. I don't know. When I call you, by the time I call you, I'll know all of that. Okay, I still have to speak to Celebrate Fairfax. Whatever time I tell you to be there, that's the time you need to be there. We'll get you signed in. You'll sing. Now, the semifinals. This is how this will work. Hey, what's up, y'all? Those of you that are just joining, your boy, Mr. Fingers D, Mad Karaoke DJ. What's up, Richie Rich? I see your kids are getting big, bruh. Been too long, Doc. Our youngest just graduated high school today. Oh, that's our good news there. Our youngest just graduated high school today. He is finito. That is the last of the Handy clan out of high school. Congratulations to our son, Mr. Anthony Handy Jr., a.k.a. Baby Donald Glover. He looked good. He had his little tie on and everything. We took him to get him a little something to eat. We're going to play some card games later. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the semifinals. Semifinalists, your names will come out of the bucket at random. The top 2 winners from each round, the top 2 scorers from each round. Thank you, sir. Congratulations to your kids. I see they winning swim meets and volleyball matches and soccer matches and taking first communion and all that stuff, man. We getting old, bro. The top 2 point scorers in each round. So the top 2 point scorers from round 1, top 2 point scorers from round 2, the top 2 point scorers from round 3. All they advance. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road. The top 2 overall, out of those 6, the 2 that have the top scores of all of them, of all of the contestants, the 2 that have the top scores of all contestants will advance to the final. They will get a bye. They jump straight to the finals. The other 4 contestants will sing in a sudden death competition. They'll do one more song. The top 2 scores out of those 4 in the sudden death will go on to the finals. The other 2 contestants will still receive money. And yes, you will still have to hang around because they don't cut the checks until the whole competition is done. They do all the money all at once. Now, then following the sudden death round, I'll play a little music, some line dances, let the judges go stretch their legs, go use the bathroom, all of that good stuff. Then we will have open karaoke. The open karaoke will be open strictly to people who are not participating in the contest. Just because, and I get it. There's a whole lot of people out there. There's probably more people than most of us get to see on a regular basis in a bar. It would be great to sing for a crowd that size and see how they receive our version of whatever song we like to sing. But there are some folks that do not get an opportunity. They're either too young to get in a bar, or they don't get out much. It's their one only opportunity to sing karaoke. So we give them the courtesy of letting them sing. If you have performed in the competition, or going to be performing later that night, please do not come give me a slip. I will not call you up on stage. I know some folks don't like that, but you got a chance to sing already, so we're going to let some other folks sing. That will continue on until the fireworks kick off. They normally set off fireworks after the main act finishes on the after the main stage, big act finishes on the main stage. They set off a bunch of fireworks or somewhere in between 9 and 9:30. Immediately following, hey Shannon, how you doing? Rich. Oh my God, if only. Oh my God, if we not. Come on, man, you can't do that to me. I'm doing a live stream. Ding, 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 ding. Did I say that out loud? Anyway, where was I going? You just totally messed my frame of thought up. Immediately following the fireworks, I normally tell the finalists to be back in my area around 9:15 because the fireworks go off at 9:30, and we want to start right after. What are you gonna do? We want all the contestants back in the area about 9:15, 9:30. 9:15 because after the fireworks we launch right back into it. And also the 4 finalists, I will get your songs before I let you fritter off so I can have that queued up. I want to jump right into it. The fireworks are going off. Same deal, random drawing. They will do one song. We used to have them do 2, where you did one you picked and one that was the wheel of karaoke in whatever category you got. You had to sing. We did away with that because that was too time consuming. People were literally arguing over why certain songs should be boy bands in their mind, and they weren't, because the categories are like country and western, boy band, 90s hip hop, boy bands, Motown, female R&B, whatever. And people, oh, this group is the boy, but no, just whatever's in the book is what's in the book. So anyway, the finalists will each do one song. And then of course, same deal. Top point scorer wins first place, second place, third place, etc. The fourth place winner will also get some money based on that $100, $50 scale. I'll get pictures from all of you. We'll get your money. We'll pack it up. We'll say goodnight and we'll go home. Because once we finish the competition, we're done. Finished. If you do not know the criteria you're being judged on, it's also on the Associated Consultants website. You can visit www.associatedconsultants.net. I believe it's on the karaoke contest tab near the top of the page. But there is vocal ability, that's 20 points. There is entertainment ability and choreography. I don't know if they're combined. There's entertainment ability, the choreography, that's 20 points. There's appearance, which is 20 points, and that doesn't mean, oh my God, I can't believe they're wearing those green shoes with that black dress. It is, the appearance is kind of a gimme category. And the example I use every single year, you're singing Michael Jackson, you dress like Michael Jackson, bam, there you go. You get, it's kind of an extra credit category. A lot of the ladies, if they're doing ballads, they will do the evening. My judges have started calling, when we have a lot of women in the finals, they started calling it the battle of the evening gowns, because the ladies come out and they have on these dresses and the hair and the sparkles and the rhinestones like Minnie Riperton back in the 1970s. But I digress. There's crowd reaction and interaction is how you interact with the crowd and how the crowd feedback from you. This contest is not strictly based on if you get a lot of applause. Okay, we got a panel of judges. They're gonna be sitting right in the front of the stage. We've had people that have come and performed and absolutely killed it, and the crowd loved them. But the judges scored it a different way because, when you add all the points up in all of the categories, not just that one, or not just, oh, they got a lot of applause, they got more points, and so they won. I think that's it. There's 5 categories for a total of 100 points. Okay, and you can get from 0 to 20 points in all 5 in each of the categories. So a perfect score would be 100. That's about that. Please bear in mind that this contest is judged based upon what the people who are sitting in front of you judging you, what their opinion is of your performance. Not what your opinion or your friend's opinion of your performance is. I've had some instances. I had a couple of instances where people thought that they should have won, and they didn't because the judges saw it another way. So I really, we have a lot of fun when we come out there. I just want everybody to come out and have fun. If you don't win, don't take it personal. It's nothing personal. It's just this group of 5 people who probably have not ever seen you perform before are sitting here and they're judging your performance based on what they see their first time seeing you. This is based on what they see. So I would keep it. Another thing, long songs. Oh, yes. Thank you, dear. My wife, my lovely wife, Mrs. Fingers, is commenting through the Mr. Fingers Music and Entertainment page. The high-low scores. High-low scores. We will have a panel of 5 judges. We'll have a panel of 5 judges. Those judges will each give their individual score for each performer, and then we will toss out the highest score, and we will toss out the lowest score. This is in the interest of keeping the scoring balanced, okay? Because we don't want for people to be able to say, well, this one judge knows this one person, so they scored that one person higher on purpose, or this one person, oh my God, that's somebody I know and I don't like, and they scored them low on purpose. We try to do that to keep the judges honest. That's what we put in place to keep the judges honest. So you will essentially get a total of the 3 median scores for your performance. You won't get the high one, you won't get the low one. We throw out high, low, period. So there's so many things. Ha ha ha. Rich, you are killing me today, sir. Man, my man, Richard Egan, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we go way back. Like the seats in a 74 Lincoln Deuce and a half, or Little Kim's ankles, depending on which generation you grew up in. Did I say that out loud? Yes, there are some folks that listen, this is not, I just want to say this. We do this for fun. There just happens to be some money being given away. You winning or not winning is not an indicator of what someone thinks of you as a person or anything like that. We all show up. We all have a good time. We all show love. So don't, if you happen to not win, if you happen to not make the wild card, if you happen to not make the semifinals from the wild card, if you happen to not make the finals from the semifinals, if you happen to get to the finals and not win, please do not take this personally. It's not a knock on you. We're just out here to do something that we all enjoy doing anyway, which is singing karaoke, and it just happens to be some money on the line. That's about it. That's about all I've got on that right there. I don't know. Let's see. Roll call. Who else do I have in here? I know George is a contestant. And George, tell us what venue it is you came from again. I know I saw your name pop up on someone's feed. I believe my homegirl Daryl Vasquez. Shannon came in first place at Finnegan's, my old Monday night stomping grounds, Monday Fun Day. If I've got any contestants in here, say hello. Let me know what venue you're representing. And if anybody in here, any of my contestants in here have any questions, please feel free. I blocked out a goodly amount of time for this, but I don't have a lot of people here, which is cool. I mean, it's Saturday. Hell, we just made it back from graduation and having lunch. So, so if any of you have any questions, Shannon, you got any questions? I know you participated last year. It's pretty much the same deal as last year. Up Tino's. Okay. Oh my goodness, one of my coworkers dropped in. Ramon, how are you doing, sir? Good to see you. Please tell the crew I said hello. We're doing well here in Oklahoma City. Things are going well. Thanks for dropping by. That's no questions. Nobody. I know Shannon is. This will be her either her second or third year in the competition. Got that close last year. That close. So you should be pretty familiar with everything. I think if anything, the only thing that's going to change is going to be what time you may have to show up, just based on what they have going on before I get started. Yes, and my wife is correct. Hopefully without the rainstorm. last year was the first year in 9 years that we literally got shut down for rain and thunder. And then we closed out we still closed out the finals after the rain was done. But at that point, everybody was gone, so it was just pretty much us and whoever we came with. So, do I know if there's handicap parking available? I do not know. As a finalist, there we go. That's a good one. You brought up something that you pinged. There was a ping. As a finalist, semi-finalist, if you've already advanced to the Saturday round, or if you advance to the Saturday round from the Friday night wild card, you will get a parking pass. And that parking pass also serves as tickets for 4. So if you show up in your car and you have 3 other people in your car, because you get a parking pass and one of those tickets obviously is for you. If you show up in your car, you have 3 other people in the car with you. They all get in on that parking pass. That will allow you to park on site in the parking deck at the government center. I do not know that they have handicap parking available. No, I do not. I haven't heard anything about accommodations for that. As far as I know, the closest parking that they have available is for folks that are actually working the fair, for vendors and things like that. Yeah, my wife is right. Check the website if you have any questions about that. They don't tell us anything about that. If you do not have tickets, I will tell you the best place to park is what? Over by the Dick's Sporting Goods. They do run shuttles. They do run shuttle buses to and from the walk-in gates. The walk-in gates to the fair. If you're with somebody else and you have a parking pass, and they have a parking pass, just tell them, hey, get there early, because I forget which gate it is. It's either green. I think it's the green gate. I'll have that information for you. Like I said, I will call you. I will have more definitive answers when I call you. You'll get an email from me. You will get a phone call from me. I will not call until I have all the names. Some of you already know who you are just because your friends have been giving you love and shouting you out on the Facebook feed. I will not be making phone calls and sending out emails until I have all the names, all of the names, all of the names. That way I can get everybody all in one fell swoop. I can sit down, block out a Saturday, make a bunch of phone calls. And then when I call, I will tell you what time I need you there Friday if you're a wild card contestant, what time I need you there Saturday if you're a semifinalist. And then all of the rest is gravy. The song list, for any of you watching that were just checking the song list online recently, song list is not done yet. It'll be done by early this week. I'm going to get on that. I've actually been working on that. I normally have it done a lot more quickly. The wife and I are both in college right now, so we're working full-time and taking college courses. And just as we just graduated a kid from high school, so we're a little busier this year than we normally are. But I'm going to be working on getting that out the early part of this week so that can be up on the website. So if you've looked on the website and haven't seen some stuff, you're like, wow, this song came out since last June. They should have it. And I sang it at Patriots, at Finnegan's, whatever. We got it. I just haven't updated that list yet. That's all. Because we don't touch that list. Once the fair's over, we don't touch that list again until next year. We give ourselves a year to accumulate songs in the library before we update that. So, completion. Please cover who they go to if they have a question or any issue regarding the competition. Yes. This is a good one. Shannon, to get to your question down at the bottom about checking in on Friday, no, you don't have to check in on Friday. You don't have to be there till Saturday. That's only wild cards. That's only wild cards. Only the wild card winners. Semifinalists do not have to check in until Saturday. That is a very good question. That is a very good point that my wife brought up. If you have to leave, if you have any issue having anything to do with the competition, like you got a question, if you have any issue, well, some folks be like, well, I got an issue with the fact that I couldn't get in it. That I can't help you with. But if you've got a question or anything about the competition, I am on the stage. I'm hosting, right? My wife will be sitting, she normally sits to my left every year, depending on which way the sun is coming in. Wherever the shade is, she's going to be there right on the stage with me. Can't miss her. She'll be wearing a hat saying, proud to be Mrs. Fingers or something along those lines. But my wife will be sitting on the stage right alongside me. If you have any questions, bring them to her. If it's while another contestant is singing and I'm not talking on the microphone, come see me. Those are the only two people that can tell you anything about the Celebrate Fairfax competition. The interns don't know. What the interns are there for is, do you guys need, hey, you guys need water. Hey, you guys need chairs to sit on. The power went out. Let me go. And that actually happened last year. The electric transformer blew last year, and they had to go get somebody to come. Oh, if the power went out, I'll go get somebody for that. They are there to see if I or my wife need anything as vendors that are working for the fair. They have nothing to do with the running of the competition at all whatsoever. Me, my wife. That's it. We had somebody last year. That was the thing. They went and told one of the interns, "Hey," and I'm not. And if you happen to be watching, young lady, I do not remember your name, and please forgive me. I, I'm not trying to call you out or anything like that. I don't think no ill harm intended. This is just an example to point out. Young lady needed to use the facilities. She went and told one of the interns she was going to the facilities. Well, the intern didn't think to tell me because the intern was like, all right, you got to go pee, go pee. And in her mind, she was okay to go to the bathroom. She didn't let me know that she was going to the restroom. And that was when I counted her down and disqualified her. Like, she didn't know she was going to be disqualified if she left. If she had come and asked us, then we could have said, well, hey, look, if you're not here when we call your name, and the names come out at random. And there's only, I think at that point, there was only 3 people left. So she probably would have wound up being next on stage anyway. So if you have any questions about the competition during the time the competition is taking place, once it gets to the fair, that's me, that's my wife. The interns, like I said, they're there just to make sure everything's, like we're not having any technical difficulties, or do they need to go get somebody for some issues, or somebody needs some medical assistance or something like that. That is all they're there for. We're there to run a competition. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've got. Anybody else got any questions? Or Shannon, you got any more questions? Um, I try to cover the basics that everybody asks every year. Um, I'm going to go ahead and address this one just because I've been hosting karaoke forever and hosting and singing karaoke forever, and I know sometimes it comes up. We generally try to make sure that our lists are standard all the way across the board. That is to say, that if so-and-so if this show has the sound choice version of Beat It by Michael Jackson, that every other show has the sound choice version of Beat It by Michael Jackson. Now, that may not always be the case because all of our units are not updated at the same time. They're updated at the same place, but they're not all updated at the same time. And we have more than one person that works on the technical side. So they might not even be updated by the same person. So where your host may have the version of Arms of the Angel by Sarah McLachlan with the harp solo in the middle, I might not have that. Okay, so that's just, I made that example up off the top of my head, but yeah, so I don't know. And the other thing is the 5-minute rule. All songs no longer than 5 minutes. If you're picking your song out, just think about the fact that if you pick a song with a very long intro, say you got a song that clocks in right at 5 minutes, and your intro is a minute and a half, and you got a 30-second fade out, that means you've only got 3 minutes to get your point across to the judges and, the audience, to interact with the audience. If you pick a song that is longer than 5 minutes, just know that at the 5-minute mark, I'm fading you out. Even if the best part of the song with the climax and it is past the 5-minute mark. It sucks, but we're trying to keep it. We're on a time limit because we're going to have a lot of people out there. And trust me, there are people that are going to be out there with stopwatches. It's been happening. There's people that are going to be out there with stopwatches. I'm not knocking anybody. It's just folks want to make sure, look, I don't want to, we try and run a tight ship. We try and make sure that we do everything across the board. If I'm going to do it for you, if I'm going to tell you the rule is this way for you, then the rule is this way for you too. And you understand? And that's for folks I've never met and folks I've seen at karaoke, and folks that have been regulars at my karaoke venue alike. And there are folks that are out there with stopwatches. And trust me, they'll be like, hey, look, they ran over time. And if you run over time, we're gonna have to penalize you. So, but I watch that clock. There's a timer on my computer. I will be watching that clock. If you're at the 5, I tell people, especially when I had a guy sing Mr. Roboto, and I said, look, bro, I'm gonna have to fade you out of the 5-minute mark. He's like, yeah, I know. And it sucked because he had on a suit and it lit up. And right when it was getting to the part when it was starting to get dark, and he had just turned the suit on, and it was time for me to fade the song. And I was like, oh, I really would have loved to have seen that. So. Do we need to get tickets to celebrate Fairfax beforehand, and can we get them on Friday? David, very good question. Oh, my wife's on top of it. Thank you. Thank you, honey. See, that's why I love having my wife on there. My wife's got my back. I'm watching this from my computer, so my computer feed does not refresh as quickly as it does on my phone. So there you have that. For the wild card, David, you're a wild card from what venue did you compete from, David? If you don't mind me asking. And those of you wild card contestants for Friday and semifinalist contestants for Saturday, I will call all of you once I have everyone's names, fill you in on all the information as far as what time and what place. But if you're here watching right now, if you haven't heard already, it takes place in the food court. There are 2 stages in the food court. The main stage is right in the dead center of the food court. Usually located right between the beer tent and the turkey legs are to the turkey leg is to the north. Yeah, turkey leg stand is to the north and the beer tent is to the south. Like if you're on stage, the beer tent is on my right and the turkey leg guy is on my left. So yeah, that's where everything takes place. If you're at that stage it's normally in the back corner in the cut, you're at the wrong stage. This stage is like right in the center of the food court. You can't miss it. I think it's called the Fairfax Community Arts and Center stage or something like that. You can't miss it. Cannot miss it. Cannot miss it. LA Bar and Grill. LA Bar and Grill. Cannot say that I've ever had the pleasure of hosting there, but I do have some some karaoke DJs in arms that have all done a rotation through there. So congratulations. We're looking forward to seeing you that Friday night, the 7th. Additionally, newsflash, if you guys want an opportunity to warm up before the fair and you don't have a regular Thursday night venue, yours truly will be at the Old Fire Station number 3 in Fairfax, Virginia on Thursday night, the 6th, the night before the wild card. Be live hosting a podcast there from 7:30, I think, to 9, and then from 9 until close, we'll be hosting karaoke. So if you want an opportunity to come through and get your warm up on, come see me. We're gonna have a good time. It'll be my only show in Northern Virginia for the entire year of 2019. So you definitely, if you're free, if it's a drive for you, I get it. My feelings won't be hurt. If you live in DC and you normally go to Arlington because that's closer, that's absolutely fine. But if you're free, come on through. We'd love to have you. Be nice to meet you. Anybody else got any questions for the good of the crowd? I've actually managed to talk 44 minutes off the top of the dome with no notes or anything. So, and those of you that are here that are watching right now, also, if you have friends that are in the competition, let them know they can come here and see this video. This video will stay up. I will also be uploading this video to YouTube, and the YouTube page is Mr. Fingers. That is all one word, M-I-S-T-A-F-I. They call me M-I-S-T-A-F-I-N-G-A-N-Z. So on YouTube, it would also be uploaded in its entirety to my YouTube page. So if you want to come back here and look at it, or you want to go to the YouTube page and look at it, or it will also be posted in its entirety on the Mr. Fingers Music and Entertainment page as well. I'll just download the video and reload it back onto Facebook because events are hard to find sometimes. Um, any other questions? We do make we try and make it as much fun as possible. We want you guys to don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Just the only difference between here and you going to your regular karaoke night is the fact that somebody's going to walk away with more money than they showed up with. But don't put too much pressure on yourselves. Relax, smile, have fun, meet some of the other contestants, talk to them. There are people that have linked up at the karaoke competition, and they keep track with each other. They now go, oh, I'm going to come and see you at this bar. I'm going to come see your DJ at this show. So it is a lot of fun. It can be tiring because it's out there. It's a long day out there. Hey, Nisha, how you doing? For those of you that are still here watching, NG, who signed in, who just signed in, Nisha is a contestant. She has won the grand prize. I believe that would be 4 years ago, I guess, because she won and then she had to sit out 2 years. She competed last year. So this year would be, 5 years ago in 2014, she won the grand prize. And then last year came in second place. She knows the drill. Nisha, I believe it will be judging this year because that is something else. If you win any of the top 3 places, we afford you the opportunity to come back during those years when you're sitting out and sit on the panel of judges. And let me tell you, contestants have turned around the following year and sat on the judges panel and went, oh, wow, I get it. I get it now. I see. I absolutely hate that my main man, my ace in the place, my man 50 grand pots and pans, the British Thunder from not down under, from over the British Thunder from over yonder. That's how I had to say it because he's not from down under. My man Dave Lehigh, he was a mainstay on the judge table every year, is now living out of Virginia State, and has married and started a family, doing wonderfully. We miss having him sit on our judges panel. He was our resident Simon Cowell. Watching his face while you all were performing was a thing of humor to behold. So if we saw him smiling, we knew that you were going to get a halfway decent score if I saw him smiling at your performance. And sometimes he would look at you like the confused dog, and he would still give you high marks just because I can't believe he had the bollocks to pull it off, Mike. Hey, your face. So we're going to have a lot of fun this year, like we always do. We're hoping for the weather to hold out. Oh, third place. Oh, that's right. Because you came in first place and then you were third place, and Danielle came in second place. Thank you for keeping me in place. Actually, Nisha, my wife is the one answering in the comment section as Mr. Fingers Music and Entertainment. I'm not running the chat at all. She's running the chat. I'm just on here. We are a team. We do this thing as a team. She's not even in the room. She's in the other room on her phone answering. And yes, please do eat the fair food. It is delicious. I can't say nutritious. It's not a knock. It's just a lot of the stuff your doctor will probably tell you stay away from. Eat that fair food. Is bomb. I've never eaten an entire turkey leg. I think I had a piece of one though. It's very good. There's some mainstays there. I think Famous Dave's does a little tent back there every year. There's 2 or 3 little Chinese food spots. They've got the deep fried Oreos. There's a place called the Tender Rib that shows up in the soul food with ribs and chicken and collard greens and mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make you want to talk like Bernie Mac just for no reason at all. Just take one bite of the rib, just bust your head to the white meat. I swear for the Lord. Delicious. I ain't playing. I'm not scared of you. I'm not getting one of you. So yeah, there's the Tender Rib. I got so excited I forgot what the rest of the places were. And then there's always the beer tent. There's the Pizza Shack, and I forget what the name of the Pizza Shack is, babe, but they always take good care of us. They normally hook us up with pizza every year. The pizza tent, they got real good pizza. There's the place that does the chicken thighs on a stick, and they do gator. Then there's the people next to them that do the Italian sausage, the Italian sausages with all the New York style Italian sausage with all the onions and the peppers on it. You know, the green peppers, the red peppers. You put it on there, bada bing, bada boom, take a bite, forget about it. It's delicious. You know what I'm saying? There's the frozen lemonade. I think it's a frozen lemonade stand. And that's all the mainstays that are just right in the immediate vicinity. Then there's a place where you fill up the mug, and if you can drink the whole mug in like a minute, you get free refills the rest of the day. And there's some other stuff on the other back end. but the food is delicious. The new one that joined the fair a couple of years ago is they do hamburgers and they use grilled cheese sandwiches as buns. I'm going to say this again. They take a grilled cheese sandwich. They put a hamburger on top of it. They put toppings on top of the hamburger. And then they put another grilled cheese sandwich on top of that. And it is so good. I can't eat a whole one anymore. I did the one burger challenge with the egg and the pepper jack cheese and everything. I will not ever do that again. It is absolutely delicious. I think, Mrs. Handy, I think what we are going to do is we are going to Friday night. We're going to go to Fair Friday, and we're going to take ourselves a cooler, and we're just going to get some food, and we're going to buy ourselves a midnight snack. We're going to get ourselves a midnight snack pack, get a little something from all of our favorite places, and that'll be our midnight snack and keep us going. Then, because it'll take us like 2-3 hours to wind down anyway. So the food is delicious. If you have an opportunity to, if you have an opportunity to, if you're not part of the first round, second and third round, if you want to walk over, they have some really great featured acts over by by the section with the main stages. I have no idea who I normally am on top of the headliners and all that. I'm sure Mrs. Handy is Googling that as she is hearing me stumble and bumble trying to figure out who it is. But the headliner normally doesn't go on until later in the evening on Saturday, but they normally have a great featured act on the side stage before the headliner goes on. So if you're in the second or third round and you want to go check them out, that's fine. Just make sure you're back at the stage at your appointed time. That sounded a little bit like Barack Obama, just a little bit. Not very much. It's not a good impersonation. But so yeah, that's it. We're pushing up on the hour mark here. We're at 52 and a half minutes. Does anybody else have any questions, concerns, comments? Smash Mouth and Better Than Esper. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. I kind of miss when they used to do the Legends of Hip Hop on Friday night, but those guys just didn't have an ounce to get right in them. I mean, they couldn't. One year, the guy didn't show up on time, and then there was a year that Flavor Flav showed up, and Flavor Flav dropped F-bomb after F-bomb, and it just, they were like, yeah, we're not going to do the Legends of Hip Hop anymore. Guys wanted too much money, they couldn't even show up on time. Oh, no Nisha this year? That's sad face. What, do you think that you could possibly come and be part of the judges panel on Friday? I tell you what, get with me after I get offline. We'll talk about that. Because we still like you to be part of it. In some form or fashion. That's about it. I don't really have anything else to add. Mrs. Fingers, do you have anything that I missed that I might need to touch on before I get off here? Because we still got plenty of daylight left, so we're gonna try and do a little something with Junior before the day is done. Again, to all of you for all of you that are watching this right now, that are wild card contestants and semifinalists, congratulations. I look forward to this every year. This is one of the highlights of the summer, just watching what you guys bring to the table, your level of creativity, or even if it's just doing a song that you have done before and taking it next level. I actually had one guy that was a regular the first year I hosted, he was a regular at my show, and he'd been a regular at my show for 5-6 years, and he always sang he had a staple of like 6 songs he did. He always sang the same songs every time he came out. But when he came out to the fair, he took that thing next level. It was like, oh my God, this is insane. Like the judges were like, wow, this is incredible. So whether you're bringing something completely awesome, you're bringing something completely new to the table. Oh my goodness. Beta, Ada, Lambda in the building. 11119. What's going on, Brother Clayton? So, again, thank you all for joining us. You just showed up right at the end. Get ready to sign off. Thank you all for showing up and participating in today's conversation. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys a little more than what's today. The day's the 18th. So in about 3 weeks or so, we will see you all down in Fairfax, Virginia, and one of you is going to walk away with a much fatter pocket than when you showed up. And the missus and I are looking forward to seeing it. We appreciate y'all. I will talk to you again. I don't think I'll do another Q&A. I may just do a quick video on my own and post with further details, what time, all that stuff for those people that I can't get a hold of via phone. So that's it. Thank y'all very much. Until June the 7th in Fairfax, Virginia, this is Mr. Finger signing off. Holla.